Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about horizontal and vertical lines. So our essential question is, how do I know when a linear function is horizontal or vertical? So we're going to start with horizontal lines. So we have an acronym to help us with horizontal and vertical lines. It's HOI-VUX. So HOI is for horizontal lines, and the H stands for horizontal. And a zero slope. Okay, so again, the O is representing 0. And Y is for Y equals equation. So again, HOI is used for horizontal lines. And we know horizontal lines go from left to right. So we often draw a horizontal line for the cross of the H. Okay, then we have vertical lines, which uses the VUX part. Okay, it stands for vertical line. Undefined slope. And it's an X equals equation. Okay, and to help us remember that, we usually have the undefined line or the vertical line as part of the U. So HOI-VUX. So anytime we see an equation with just a Y equals or an X equals, that's how we know it's a HOI-VUX problem. So looking at example 1, I have Y equals 2. Notice that the 2 has no X variable, it's just a constant, and it's a Y equals. This tells me that it's a HOI problem from HOI-VUX, okay? And I know it's going to be a horizontal line, so it should be going from left to right, okay? I know my slope, my M, is 0, okay? And it needs to be going through the y-axis at 2. So here is the y-axis right here. I need a horizontal line going through 2. So a horizontal line going through 2 would look like this, which tells me my B, my y-intercept, is positive 2. Okay, moving on to example 2. X equals 4. Okay, I see that it's an X equals and not a Y equals. So it is a VUX problem. Okay, which tells me I am going to have a vertical line. And it has to go through the X-axis at 4. Okay. So here is my X-axis, and it needs to be going through at positive 4, so it's going to look something like this. Again, crossing the X-axis at 4. So I know my slope because of VUX is undefined, and my y-intercept, I notice it is not crossing the y-axis at all, so I do not have a y-intercept for this one. Okay. So now what I would like you to do is to first identify if example number 3, sorry, didn't change the number, that's 3. Okay. If it is a HOI or VUX problem. Okay, so hopefully you chose HOI because it's a Y equals. That's how we know. Okay, so now what would the slope be? So hopefully you typed in the number 0. You do not have to spell out 0. You can type in the number. Okay, so we're going to graph it, and it should be going through the Y-axis. So again, the Y-axis is right here. And you're going to graph it, and it should go through -7 on the y-axis, which looks like this. And so what is our y-intercept? Okay, so hopefully you typed in -7. Awesome job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, moving on to the next example. It should be example number 4. I apologize for the numbers being mixed up. So, x equals -5. Is this a Hoy or a Vux problem? So hopefully you chose Vux. Okay, and since it's a Vux problem, what should our slope be? So hopefully you selected undefined. Okay, now looking at it, should this Vux problem, x equals -5, go through the x-axis or the y-axis? I'm hoping that you selected the x-axis. And at what number should it cross the x-axis? I'm hoping that you said -5 and that you drew a line that looked like this. And we know that it goes through the x-axis at -5, so it never crosses the y-axis, which means the y-intercept is what? I'm hoping you said none or typed in none. Okay, so that's all there is to this lesson. Not too bad. Again, making sure you know Hoy and Vux. Don't forget to write down any questions you have on the left side and to write your 2 to 3 sentence summary. Have a great day.